Hello, children, and welcome to this session today. Children, today we are going to talk about a very important thing in our environment that is actually an urgent need. We need to take care of it urgently. Chapter number 17, Garbage In and Garbage Out. Why do you think we need to take care of it urgently? Because garbage is a menace. Menace is anything that is very troubling. So what are we going to learn in this chapter? We will learn the different types of waste, reusing and recycling of waste, and of course, the steps to reduce waste. Children, what is a waste? A waste is anything that we do not need. Also, a waste is something that is very harmful to us. Why is waste important? We need to dispose of waste, or we need to address the issue of waste or garbage very urgently because it ruins the environment. It leads to pollution. As you can see, it is a menace. Children, coming to the different kinds of waste. So we all know that inside our house, we have pencil shavings, we have torn pieces of paper, we have kitchen waste, vegetable and fruit peels, etc. So let us understand the two types of waste in a video. Waste can be classified into two types: biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable wastes. Biodegradable wastes are wastes that can be broken down or decomposed by the action of microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. They hence do not harm the environment. Animal dung, dried leaves, leftover food are the examples of biodegradable waste. Non-biodegradable wastes are wastes that cannot be broken down or decomposed by the action of microorganisms. Hence, they harm the environment by causing pollution. Glass, plastic, and metal objects are the examples of non-biodegradable wastes. In towns and cities, the municipalities provide blue dustbins to collect non-biodegradable wastes and green dustbins to collect biodegradable wastes. So having understood the different kinds of wastes, and we have also understood that there is a type of waste that can be decomposed, let us now understand what are the different ways in which biodegradable waste can be handled. So there is composting, there is vermicomposting, and there are landfills. Let us watch a video once again to understand the same. Garbage can be disposed of safely by composting, vermicomposting, landfills, or incinerator. Composting is the process of converting biodegradable wastes into compost by the action of microorganisms. To make a compost pit, dig a pit that is about 30 centimeter deep in the garden or any open space. Put all biodegradable waste like vegetable peels, leftover food, fallen leaves, etc. into it. When the pit is full, cover it with soil and make the soil moist with water. Leave it undisturbed for 6 to 8 weeks. When you observe the pit after 6 to 8 weeks, compost will be formed by the action of microorganisms on the biodegradable wastes. Composting done with the help of red worms is called vermicomposting. For vermicomposting, a pit is dug in a shady place and red worms are put into it along with the biodegradable wastes. The red worms convert the waste materials into compost. A landfill is a large, low-lying open area outside the city or town in which garbage collected from the city is dumped. Once the landfill is filled with garbage, it is spread out and covered with soil and park is developed on it. Solid wastes are burned at high temperature in a special kind of furnace called incinerator. The garbage, when burned, changes into ash and is then safely disposed of in a landfill. It is a common sight to see farmers and gardeners burning husk, dried leaves, crops after harvesting. It is not a good practice as it causes air pollution. They should convert such waste into useful compost. So now you understand the difference between composting and vermicomposting. Now children, Sometimes we know that it is always better to reduce waste. Now, when it comes to waste, there are 3 R's that we need to be aware of. The first is reuse, the second is reduce, the third is recycle. So when your mother asks you to take your elder brother's or sister's notebooks or clothes, that is reusing. When your mother says that you don't require this, do not buy it, that is reducing your purchase. And when you make a model with a paper mache, you use a waste material to create something new, that is recycling. Let us understand more about these 3 R's through this video. We can reduce the generation of waste by following the 3 R's: reducing, reusing, and recycle. Reducing waste by consuming and throwing less. Buy new products only when essential. For example, use ink pens instead of ball pens. Buy new school bag, pencil box, and tiffin box only if the old ones are not usable anymore. Reuse old items that you would otherwise throw away. For example, used jam and pickle bottles to store salt, spices, etc. Reuse old newspapers to make carry bags. Donate old books and clothes that are in a good condition to someone who can use it and needs it. Recycling involves making useful things from waste materials. Sell old newspapers, glass and metal products to the kabadiwala. He sends them to the recycling plant for recycling. By recycling paper, you save trees from being cut down. Though we have understood how so many things can be decomposed or they can be reused, there is still one thing which continues to remain a menace. These are plastics. Now, you will agree that plastics have found a use in everything in our lives. Whether it is a case of your pen, the containers you use in the kitchen, or even the buckets that you use in your bathroom, the instruments that are used in your school laboratories, all these are plastic. So plastic is an inseparable part of our life. But the most concerning problem here is that plastics take thousands of years to decompose. So how do we fight this menace? We recycle plastic. What are the advantages of recycling plastic? It reduces the burden on natural resources as plastics become an important raw material. There are cities which have used plastic bottles to create roads. Second, they reduce the dependency on landfills as the material is recycled again to form fresh products. Now, you would have seen at many places there are big machines installed which ask you to put your used Bisleri bottles there. It reduces consumption of electrical energy and fossil fuel which will otherwise be used to recreate something out of them. Recycling makes the product economically viable. Now, how do you reduce waste, children? You follow the 4 R's: reduce, refuse, recycle, and reuse. So we have added a 4th R for you. We reduce the dependency on plastic bags and carry our own cloth bags. We use the bottles that are used to store cold drinks, etc., to store water for us. Then there is a proper segregation of biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste, making a compost pit in our own houses to get rid of kitchen waste, and proper use of dustbin. That means you are segregating the different waste at home level only. Children, very soon, the MCDs are going to come and collect garbage from your house, and they are going to impose a fine on you if you are not going to segregate the waste. This is to create awareness that this is the need of the hour. So in this chapter, we have learned about the different types of waste and how to handle them. So I hope that now you will become more aware citizens of your environment and help to protect the environment and reduce the waste. Also, you would be ready to attempt the questions at the back. Thank you.